Hi guys! Okay, so this is another video on extracurricular activities. Now this is one of the most important things in high school. My first 2 years of high school, I went to a really big school. So it was pretty hard to get noticed unless you did something amazing like you were in drama club or you were a dancer, a silver star dancer, or a cheerleader, or if you were a football player, or maybe you're really good in ROTC. What else? Or if you were really smart, or like particularly interested in academics. I think there are a lot of people who are really smart but who aren't really focused on academics. So, yeah. I've had my bouts with extracurriculars, like whether they were good or bad. But let me just say this one. Well, I'm going to say a lot of stuff, but one main thing is I would just really encourage you guys to get involved in school, because that can really make it a better experience for you. Because I know my first 2 years at the big public school I went to, it was just so hard to get like noticed. You really felt invisible. I really didn't go to dances. I did participate in some clubs, but you know, I kind of half-assed participated in clubs and stuff. I don't know. I guess I really just didn't feel like it would matter what I did. I had two friends, and one of my friends was like, well, they were both really pretty, but you know, she got noticed and she was really pretty, and like a lot of boys liked her and stuff, and you know, I really hadn't found myself quite yet. I really didn't find myself until like 10th grade, find out where I belong, my niche or whatever, and where I felt comfortable with myself. So, you know, while I always had friends, it's not like the people didn't like me or anything. It was just, you know, I never really felt great about myself until I really started to figure out who I was. And a great way to do that is through extracurricular activities. So, whether you do art or ROTC or sports or drama club or debate team or whatever, just try to get involved. You don't necessarily have to play a sport. You don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to try to be homecoming queen or anything. But just trying something that you haven't tried before, or that you have tried before that you're really good at, that you want to share with other people, is a great thing to do. Another thing for getting involved in school I think you should do is go to the games. Go to the football games, go to basketball games, whatever games you like to watch. I would really recommend going. Football games can be really fun, especially the tailgating at the beginning. You can arrange for your friends like to come over to your house and have a tailgating party, and then all go to the game together. You can wear face paint and be really loud and obnoxious at the games. It can be a really fun thing to do. So I really recommend going to all the football games, or maybe not all the football games, but it's like a good thing to look forward to in high school. Friday night football games, I know I always really look forward to them. So, student government. Now, I never did student government, but it can be really cool, I suppose. You have a lot of responsibility, but a lot of people will know you. You can run for class president. That's really cool. Like, you become more well known, and like I said, people will notice you, and yeah, people get to know you. Let's see, sports. So, I know sports can be a challenge, especially if you're kind of a bigger girl, because people like to be mean. And I say F them, because people are always going to be mean. But you can't let them stop you from doing something that you really want to try just because you're worried about what they're going to say to you. So, you know, try a sport that you've never tried before. I did swim team, and you have to wear a swimsuit in front of a lot of people. And I used to do swim team when I was like 10 years old. So I decided to try it again in high school, and I was still pretty good. It's just I was embarrassed, and so, you know, I would not get in the water a lot of times, and it really held me back. But I had fun. So just try to push yourself to do those things that you'd think you wouldn't normally do. Basketball is also a great sport for girls. It's really fun. I played basketball in middle school, but even cheerleading. I tried out for cheerleading my 9th grade year, and I didn't make it because I totally froze up in front of the judges. So, once again, my fear of looking like a douchebag or looking silly, you know, like really kind of scared, you know, really hindered me from even joining in a sport or not doing an activity. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to do activities at school. You can definitely do, you know, sports and stuff outside of school, like yoga. You can go to your local YMCA. A lot of Ys have teen clubs, and you can meet kids from your school outside of the school environment, which can help out, you know, breaking the ice and everything. Some clubs to consider. Drama club. If you really like theater and acting, it will be a great way for you to express yourself by being another character. I did, the two clubs that I did in high school were debate team. I guess it's a team, but debate team, it's not a sport. I did debate team, and it was really fun. We went on trips, and we went a lot of places, and I got to argue, and I really liked it. And there are a lot of these, like, really, you know, complicated formulas and that go in with the arguing, like the way it's broken down, and it's really cool, though. And if you're looking into law, you should definitely consider debate team. And I did a Latino and Hispanic club, and I am neither Latino nor Hispanic at all, but I had friends that were, and I just thought it would be a really cool opportunity for me to experience a different culture, so I joined that club. And I took Spanish. I got really passionate about Spanish my freshman year, and I still am. So it really helped me, like, with my Spanish, because I could speak to the kids in the club, speak to the other kids in the club, and, you know, it helped make my Spanish, I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I can definitely understand a lot of things, especially when people are speaking. So, yeah, it's interesting to learn about a new culture, so maybe even joining your gay, lesbian, straight, transgendered alliance club, or, you know, just to learn about somebody who's different than you. It's cool. And come to find out, Latino people and black people are very similar. We do a lot of similar things. So, it wasn't that different, but it was cool. Okay, I need to... Okay. Okay. Parties is a way to get involved, but it's also a way that you can get in trouble. And I don't just mean with your parents, but drinking and smoking and doing drugs are going to be, you know, you're probably going to see things at a high school party that you've never seen before. And if someone's pressuring you to have a drink, they always say just no, and you've heard that from a bunch of people. And I don't want to be your mom. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but I just really think about, if I drink tonight, what's going to happen? You might get in trouble with your parents. You might get really sick. A lot of things can happen when you're not in control of yourself. So I would just really stop and think before you take a drink. And, you know, it's really bold to say no, but you'd rather that person, you know, indulge in what that person is telling you to do rather than listening to yourself. Obviously they don't care about you if they're pressuring you into drinking. If you say no, they need to leave it at that. If they're bothering you about it, they're lame for bothering you about it. You're not lame for drinking. It's a personal choice. And a little trick you can do if you really don't want to say no to them, just say, I take medication where if I drink, you know, I'll get really sick. So that's a good excuse to use. Okay, lastly, getting a job. I had a job my sophomore year, and if you are, actually, well, I had a job my summer, I've had a job since the summer between 9th and 10th grade, but it'd be great, it's great to have a job because it teaches you some responsibility. You get money to spend on yourself, and I would only recommend it, though, if you are really strong academically, because my grades did start to slide when I had a job because I just wouldn't do my homework. I would just go home and go to sleep or whatever. So if you feel like you can't handle it, you know, try to get like a job on the weekends, you know, maybe babysitting or something like that, because you still might want a little bit of pocket money. I said pocket money. You might want a little bit of money, you know, spending money to, you know, go to the movies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I am gonna come back to you with a video on boys. So stay tuned for that, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.